Man, can I just say before we begin, I'm really digging Talentless Nana and The Day I Became God this season. So good. Anyways, what's up Genshin Army? So, we all know the RESIN system sucks balls, right? We all agree on that? We agree, right? Hear that, miHoYo? Your current RESIN system sucks! What are you doing? Oh wowza, a new Seize the Day event, but still doesn't give RESIN! What the hell? Fix this junk already, for crying out loud! That's my New York / New Jersey accent, I guess. Until then, it's because of this system that is limiting players' playtime in the game, limiting their fun they can have per day, as you can literally waste your entire daily RESIN amount in under 5 to 10 minutes. Hell, in the time you'd finish this video, your RESIN would be gone, and then it'll take 15 hours for it to recharge back to full. Sure, you can use RESIN refills, but you'll eventually run out of those for free to play, and then are going to be forced to spend Primo Gems, yet another limited resource, just to make progress faster than molasses. And even if you do spend money on RESIN, you're capped at 6 refills a day anyhow, so even whales can't escape the progress gate. By the way, don't waste all your RESIN refills pre-rank 45, as you're going to need them to farm artifacts and such at the most optimal rates. Anywho, basically a lot of people are upset about the RESIN system. There's even people making "I'm forced to quit" videos, but instead of crying like that and being overly dramatic, I'm gonna lay the fat salami on you to show you how you should be playing this game, if you still want to continue playing this game. If miHoYo wants to play deaf, ignoring the complaints about RESIN, ignoring the complaints about a barren open world once you've gotten all the collectibles, chests, and the quests the first time, ignoring the lack of content complaints, and generally wants to limit how much you play or progress a day, then well, actually, that might be the best course of action. Just play the minimal amount and then move on to other games or activities that are giving you content for your time or money. This is how gacha games usually work. You're only meant to do so much a day. Although miHoYo is taking it to the next extreme, I would say, which especially collides worlds with the PC and console player base, something that other gacha games kinda don't cross. We're not used to it, right? We're used to investing tons of time into a game to escape work and escape this bullshit situation the entire world is in right now. But there is a reason for this delay. There's a reason for their immovable resolve, and that's money. Yes. The more content creators and whales fattening miHoYo's wallets with big clickbait, I spent $4,000 to $7,000 spent videos or live streams, which further influences others to spend more, cause hypoo 5-star, oh my god, go, spend more, Mr. Streamer. All that further delays any fixes. The game made $100 million in its first 2 weeks and basically broke even from its development costs. And well, thanks to that, you can forget about any summoning changes anytime soon. Investors in miHoYo are going to look at that and say,
"What? Why change the rates? Everything is going according to Keikaku. We're rich now. Hell no, don't change. Just make more content, more heroes to summon for ASAP. Go.
So, you're free to do what you want with your money. It's yours. The whole point of money is to spend it. Hell, I spent $100 because my chat is cute and funny. Luckily, tax write-offable, also trapped by waifu, but it would be hypocritical to not also lump myself as part of the problem. But, just so you know, if you're spending money, if I'm spending money, especially large amounts, you're contributing to the problem. Meanwhile, even for free-to-play, people are suggesting literal trash can farming, aka wasting time scrounging for potential chest respawns to eke any gameplay or account rank XP out of the game as possible, but that in turn is also delaying fixes, as it's showing miHoYo that, well, players are playing 4 to 6 hours a day. There must not be a RESIN issue. There must not be a content issue, if according to the data, a good amount of the hardcore player base, a good amount of the people fueling this game with money, are still playing plenty a day. Now, I will give miHoYo the benefit of time. The game hasn't even been out for a whole month yet. I didn't complain about Epic 7 until a full year plus later, so I will give them 1 to 2 months to fix the game before being overly dramatic, I quit bullcrap, right? But I do want to set the scene here for you guys, especially those new to gachas. Again, miHoYo systems in this game are among the greediest systems in gacha to date, and they do a good job at veiling that darkness behind what, from the outside, seems to be the perfect anime game, right? The voice acting, top notch, the gameplay, fun, the exploration, addicting, the characters endearing and with high quality animations and models, and the music, wow. But the deeper in the rabbit hole you go, the more dangers of the gacha system await you, and the harder it is to climb out because of time cost sunk fallacy. So, for those that fell for the bait and are in it for the long run, if you got no more story quests to do, if you collected all the Geoculus and such, got to the last Abyss floors to gain those Primo Gems every 2 weeks, what do you do on the daily, and what's the best bang for your buck in the least amount of time as possible? Pretty simple. I'm also going to list steps to progress Battle Pass as well. The first thing you should do when you log on to a new day is waste 40 RESIN. The daily Battle Pass quest requires you to waste 150 RESIN a day, which demands you to place at least twice a day. So wasting some RESIN on a boss or 2 domains as soon as possible will start that recharge back up to 120 sooner, so you can knock out that daily. Unfortunately though, if you want to complete the weekly Battle Pass quest without refills, you're going to need to spend 230 RESIN a day, which is going to force you to get up at like 5 AM Eastern time as soon as the reset happens to then dump your RESIN, so 15 hours later you can dump it again. To be honest, forget about the weekly RESIN usage as free to play. You might be able to clear it occasionally when you do use RESIN refills to farm, but just make sure if you are going to use refills that you also meet that 1600 RESIN that week. Second thing to do is collect and send heroes to expeditions. I believe rank 25 or maybe 30 or perhaps mission related, you can unlock 4 total heroes to send out, and depending how much time in a day you got left, usually the full 20 hours is best. Number 3, do your 4 daily commissions a day and collect rewards from Catherine when done, netting you around 1500 plus XP. This is the main source of account XP you'll get, and the higher your rank, the more XP per mission you get. Number 4, ley lines. That's right, except you're not gonna spend RESIN. 4 ley lines spawn a day, and if you beat those 4 for 5 days in a week, you complete the weekly Battle Pass mission for the BP XP. Again, do not open the flowers, simply start the mission, kill the enemies, and then move on to the next. This also spawns mobs as well that are going to add materials for your units. Number 5, not a daily, but every week, at the end of the week, beat the 2 bosses. When Child Boss comes out, he'll likely be the 3rd weekly boss as well, but unfortunately, these cost a whopping 60 RESIN. When they should be free, we have to pay 60, so factoring in Child, that's 180 RESIN wasted on them, but you will need their materials, you do want the artifacts, you do want the BP XP, so unfortunately, they are mandatory. But again, do them at the end of the week, that way you can beat them at the highest rank, and if they do change something mid-week, you can potentially gain the benefits from that. But those 5 things are like the bare minimum. You do those 5 things, on top of spending the remaining RESIN on bosses or Ascension or talent domains, and you're good to go with an easy lifestyle, and can log off after less than an hour of play, until actual meaningful content and fixes come out. But if you are itching to play just a little bit more, itching to progress a little bit more, then here are some bonus activities worth your time. Number 6, finding and marking gathering spots. You'll likely have to do this just one time, and if you're new to the game, when you do come across a little location like this with rare ores or rare flowers and such, mark it on the map. They'll respawn about once a day, and visiting them ensures you're not low on those materials, and you will need those materials for character Ascension. Example, Razor users. You want to collect those wolf hunks daily in Wolvendom. This map was made by Sabalove Slendy from Reddit. I'll leave a link in the description so you can get a better view of it. But essentially, just collect the materials from these big gathering locations daily if you have a character that needs the material or weapon that needs the ore. Number 7, visit Liwei at night to buy from Linlang. You can get 5 artifacts per day from her, and you can also visit this Quiji Slope location for some more artifacts from the spot here. Linlang and this spot spawn once a day. And the last tip, number 8, will require the most time, but also likely needed for many units and weapons, and that is mini-boss farming. Things like mages or Fatui, that is needed for both character and weapon Ascension. Now the handbook does guide you to some of their locations, and you can change the geographical location to see more, but it is not all of their locations, so I'll leave a link in the description for a Reddit post showing the routes of the mini-bosses that you want to kill. Eventually you'll just mark some of the bigger clusters and stuff so you don't have to waste too much time traversing Teyvat. But yeah, that's as far as I'd go with daily stuff. I don't think chest hunting is worth it. Like sure, get all the ones you can the first time, but running around the empty world for a chest here or there at rank 40 or higher for a measly 10 to 20 XP is not worth it at all. At most, I would limit something like that to maybe once a week. That way at least more of the chests would respawn, but yeah, I think it's just a waste of time. Don't do it. You're barely getting ahead by doing that. But that is the video. Bit of a rant video, bit of a tip video, the best of both worlds. Now, Klee releases today, and I will be streaming her launch. But the question is, after watching this video, will you still pay money for Klee or the new weapon banner? I'm just saying, all this money they've gotten, and yet not a single event or compensation from Mailbox has given RESIN. So, 1.1 can't get here soon enough. But that's going to be it for me. Again, Klee stream later today. I'm not going to spend my money. Wink, wink, kissy, kissy. Just kidding. How do I end this type of video? Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed me talking at least. If you agree that RESIN needs to be fixed, hit that like button and leave a fixed RESIN comment down below. Spam that. I'm not a MiHoYo's pants to be afraid to go against the grain. You want to make a difference? Complain. Complain loudly. Complain with your wallet by not using it. And also do the in-game survey they had saying what you think this game needs to be better. To be perfect. Because otherwise, all eyes on MiHoYo. Other developers are looking at this game, and if one thing is common in gacha, it's ripping off each other and making improvements where other developers have failed. So even if MiHoYo failed here with Genshin, it's a bit soon to say that, but let's just say it does happen, then chances are in a year we're probably going to get another game from a different company to do it better. Hope you guys have a good one. Subscribe and hit that little notification bell for more Resident Evil 2. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Clap. Don't wait. Show that you're not a